exhibit The Revenge of the Knoxville Girl here at the Knoxville Museum of Art is about my journey as an artist, particularly the last 25 years of my life as a painter and as a sculptor. It's an expression of my roots as a Southerner. It's an expression of my quest to find personal freedom as an artist. My perfect happiness is sitting in a room with a pile of wood, paint, canvas, paper, and play.
So really the idea for Wayne White's Revenge of the Knoxville Girl came about as part of our larger programmatic thesis called the Appalachian Imaginary. Let's look at what defines Appalachia today. And what we really started to learn was that there is no one true single defining essence of Appalachia. It's really become this hybridized kind of continually evolving and transforming stew of influences and people and cultures marrying and creating different kind of avenues of creativity and expression.
My Chattanooga roots are always in me, and they always come out some way or the other. That's my theme. That's my essence, is being a Southerner, and I love the history of the South, so I try to include that in my work as often as I can. Well, the Knoxville Girl is an old murder ballad from England. The murder originally happened in England in the 18th century, but it was brought to America, and with the old Scotch-Irish ballads of the mountains, it became associated with Knoxville, and I wanted to give some kind of closure to the Knoxville Girl, because I feel like she's been treated badly in the narrative of that song. And of course, this is the Knoxville Girl, and she's dancing in celebration because she just crawled out of the Tennessee River, and now she has murdered her murderer, and she's displaying his head. And she's dancing to the tune of Barney the Barn, who's a fiddle-playing barn, and with an all-seeing eye. It's sort of the eye of eternity, the eye of cultural continuity, the all-seeing eye of the subconscious, completely oblivious to all human concerns, but playing that same old song over and over, and now she's dancing to it.
Wayne became this kind of national, like pan-national artist that was then carrying the influence and sort of some of that formative character of the South, and then it migrated to another place, and then it migrated to another place. And so we thought, let's invite him back here and see what Appalachia means to him today. And I'm really proud of this exhibition because it encompasses 25 years of his making. And so we have some of the earliest word paintings, we have some of those early sketchbooks and sculptural maquettes when he's really starting to define who he is as an artist. And we love that there was all of those things intermingled to show you this cross-section of the evolution of an artist, as well as what that region means to the artist.
The experience of growing up in Appalachia has changed for me in different ways. Number one, I left the South, and that defines you in a way that you could never have if you stay in the South. It helps define you, and it's sort of an advantage when you're in the big city and you need an identity. You need somebody to remember you by. And so you use your Southernness, your Appalachian roots to become maybe a character that maybe you're not completely truthful to. And maybe I played it up a little bit in an ambitious way to set myself apart, get people to remember me. And in that way, I maybe have distorted it a bit, to turn it into a bit of a caricature, I think, especially in New York City, where I was seen as very much of an outsider. So there's the danger of it becoming a cliche or a shallow kind of identity. And I've sort of make fun of that aspect of myself with the cartoon hillbilly icon. It's like, I'm not really a cartoon hillbilly, I'm not really an old-fashioned hillbilly, but I like to play it up because it's funny, because people remember it, and because I'm kind of making fun of myself for trying to define myself as a Southerner. I am a Southerner, but it's more complicated than that. You have your cultural identity, and then you have your spiritual, instinctive, intuitive identity. And so I fought the cliche Southern thing for a while, and I'm still kind of fighting it. I think it's both kind of frustrating and funny. And that's the source of my humor, is my hubris and ego, as far as being a Southerner.
We love that this exhibition is taking place during the Big Ears Music Festival. It's at a time when there are so many visitors and there's so much life coursing through the city, but it also adds another dimension to Wayne's work in that he is part of a band called Username Password. It was sort of a COVID-era creation when he and some colleagues were passing and sharing sort of short musical clips and bits of lyrics through Zoom. And so we love that there's elements of that part of Wayne's practice too. He is a showman, he's a performer, he's a musician. He takes on a whole different charisma when he's on the stage. And so we love that that can be part of this exhibition as well. That the work is never static. You know, the puppets move, and we wanted the artist to kind of move in the audience's eyes as well. And so I think being part of that performative dimension was sort of the final added piece that we could really incorporate into Revenge of the Knoxville Girl.
With this show, I want people to know that art is freedom. That is my basic message over and over. That's my underlying core message, no matter what the image, no matter what the medium. I want to express to people that art is freedom, and it's the struggle for freedom. It's the freedom to be yourself without any cultural hang-ups, without any socio-economic restrictions, finding some sweet spot in this life where you can have the freedom to just express what it's like to be alive without